Indices, or powers, seem simple at first glance, just a shorthand for repeated multiplication, but they're much more. They are the language of exponential growth from financial models to the microscopic world. In Year 10 math, we move beyond simple positive numbers into a universe where powers can be zero, negative, or even fractions. The fundamental laws are your toolkit. When you multiply terms with the same base, like x squared times x cubed, you simply add the powers to get x to the fifth. When you divide, you subtract them. These laws are just efficient shortcuts for simplifying complex expressions. But what about the stranger rules? For instance, why is anything to the power of 0 equal to 1? Think about x cubed divided by x cubed. We know anything divided by itself is 1. But if we use the division law for indices, it becomes x to the power of 3 minus 3, which is x to the 0. Since both paths solve the same problem, their answers must be equal. Therefore, x to the 0 must be 1. And negative powers? They don't create negative numbers. A negative index means flip it. It represents the reciprocal. So a to the power of negative n isn't a negative value. It's simply 1 over a to the n. It signals repeated division instead of multiplication. Finally, fractional indices allow us to write roots using the same notation. A power of 1/2 is just a square root. A power of 1/3 is a cube root. This is incredibly useful because it means all the index laws still apply. So evaluating 27 to the power of 2/3 means taking the cube root of 27, which is 3, and then squaring that result to get 9. By mastering these rules, you're not just memorizing formulas, you're learning to see a unified, logical system behind the numbers, turning intimidating expressions into something manageable and elegant.